everyone, welcome back to ALG Gardening. Today's video is about growing purple eggplant or brinjal. The video is going to be a little lengthy as I am covering every growth stage of eggplants from seed sowing to harvest. So without much delay, let's move on to the video. I started my eggplants from seeds. This is the seed packet that I used. I sowed the seeds in a seedling tray. I sowed 1 seed per cell. You can sow 2 or 3 seeds per cell and then later thin them out. After sowing, gently press down the seeds and then cover it up with a thin layer of seed starting mix. The seed starting mix that I used is a combination of coco peat, vermicompost and perlite. This is a moist and water retaining mix that will hold moisture well for the proper germination of seeds. As I planted a few more eggplants, along with it, I am labeling the seeds. After that, water the seeds thoroughly. The seeds will start germinate within 7 to 14 days. These are my seedlings after 1 month since sowing. I transplanted the seedlings after 32 days since sowing. The seedling is looking very healthy. For planting, make a hole in the center of the grow bag and place the seedling. Before placing the seedling, loosen the roots a little bit. This will help stimulate the roots. Eggplants and tomatoes need to be planted as deep as possible, hence remove the first set of leaves and plant them. Firm the soil around the plant and water thoroughly. The potting mix that I used is a mix of garden soil, coco peat, vermicompost, perlite and vermiculite. I have posted a video on how to make this potting mix. If you have not watched the video yet, head down into the description box. I have given the link to it. The plant started flowering after 2 months since transplanting. The eggplant flowers are very beautiful and appear in clusters. The plants are looking green and healthy with so many flowers. Eggplants usually require a support or a stake to grow, and hence I inserted a stick in the grow bag and tied the plant onto it. Prune the suckers that comes from the basal portion of the stem, which usually does not bear any fruits. Always try to remove the suckers when they are young. Remove the dead and fallen leaves that may increase the chance of soil-borne diseases. The flowering time is the best to add fertilizers and amending the soil. Hence I used the same potting mix that I used for planting, which is rich in organic matter like vermicompost. You can also supply your plants with liquid fertilizers like seaweed extract and fish amino acid, which can be applied as a foliar spray as well as can be added to the soil. Apply this once in every 2 weeks. I have already posted a detailed video on how to make this magical fertilizer. If you have not watched it, the link for the video is given in the description box down below. If you are facing any flower drop issues, you can spray your plants with Epsom salt. Add 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt in 4 liters of water and spray it onto your plants. Also, it can be poured into the container. You can apply this once in every month. For increased production and fruit yield, you can also add potassium-rich fertilizers like banana peel fertilizers to your plants. I have posted videos on making 2 types of banana peel fertilizers. Link is given in the description box. You can check it if you have not watched the video yet. The next thing to say about is hand pollination. If you don't have any natural pollinators visiting your garden, hand pollination is a must. I use a battery-operated toothbrush for hand pollination. The vigorous shaking caused by the toothbrush causes the release of pollen grains from the male part, that is anther, which then falls on the stigma, that is the female part of the flower, and effects in successful pollination. Hand pollination will increase successful fruit formation and hence a higher yield. After 79 days in sowing, you can see that the plants have started producing fruits. As the days progresses, you can see more and more flowers and fruits on your eggplants. Compared to the other eggplant variety that I have, that is the round one, this plant is a highly productive one, and in a single month I harvested eggplants for about 5 times from this plant. You can see that so many eggplants are hanging from the plant. Always try to grow a high yielding variety of eggplant in your home garden so that you can get an even supply of eggplants all throughout the season. I harvested the first couple of eggplants after 82 days since sowing. These are the first eggplants that I harvested. Always be sure to harvest the eggplants when they are tender. It is the perfect stage when they taste amazing. As you keep on harvesting, the plant gives you more and more. I sowed the seed in the first week of January, and I was able to harvest the eggplants from the middle of April. From then to the last week of May, I harvested so many eggplants. I harvested eggplants about 8 times with an interval of 4 to 5 days in between. Eggplants can be cooked in a number of ways, and there is no shortage of recipes in Indian cuisine. Now let me cut open and show you what the inside of a brinjal or eggplant looks like. Cut off the tip and slice the eggplant. You can barely see the seeds, right? Yes, this is the perfect stage for harvesting your eggplants. They are so tender and delicious at this stage. You can also see that the seeds are just started forming and they are also tender. So, always harvest your eggplants when they are so tender like this one. Now let's see what are the types of diseases and pests that can attack your brinjal plants. Some of the insects that you will see on your eggplants are aphids, spider mites, mealybugs, leaf miners, potato beetles, etc. In this plant, I encountered only spider mites and mealybug issues. For mealybugs and spider mites, spray down the plant with neem oil emulsion. Repeat the spraying of your eggplants with neem oil after every 2 weeks. These are the leaves of eggplants infested with spider mites. You can see small red dots under the leaves, which are actually the spider mites. When you are having spider mite attack, then you can see tiny white or yellow spots on your leaves. This is how you identify that your plants are infested with spider mites. This is mealybug on my plant. Mealybugs and aphids are usually seen on the tender and new growth and sucks the plant juices and makes the plant and the leaves distorted. Now, what I did in order to get rid of these is to spray with neem oil emulsion. You can use neem oil like this, which can be easily brought from any of the garden store near you. At the back of the pack, directions for use will be given. Spray your plants with the neem oil emulsion. In this bottle, it is written to use 10 ml neem oil plus 5 grams soap into 1 liter of water. So I have prepared the neem oil emulsion and filled it into a spray bottle. Now spray down the plants with the neem oil emulsion. While spraying, make sure to spray on the underside of the leaves as well. You can repeat this after every 2 weeks. So that was the video, guys. The video became a way too lengthy, but what to do? Had to include all the information. If you have any doubts, please ask me in the comment section below. If this video was useful to you, please like and share it with your friends and family. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please subscribe and support us. See you all soon in yet another video. Until then, Take care of yourselves and your family. Until then, bye.